Whenever we speak about peer pressure, the effects of peer pressure, it's usually in the negative sense. Somebody's doing something wrong, you shouldn't follow their lead. They could pressure you into following their path. Similarly, if there's certain movements that are going the wrong way, we should steer clear of them because they could impact us and push us in the wrong direction. The Torah, when it comes to peer pressure, doesn't say it's good or it's bad. It just depends on how it's being done. There are times when peer pressure can be a positive thing. It can be a positive thing, encourage us to grow, progress, and do good things. Our Parshat is an example of this in a kind of like a unique halacha connected to the freeing of Hebrew slaves in the Jubilee year. So every 50 years, if someone has a Hebrew slave, they're obligated to let them go free. If the slave wants to stay with the landowner, it doesn't matter. They have to be left free. If the landowner wants to keep the slave, doesn't matter. He has to let him free. If all of them go free in the 50th year, it's a Jubilee year, and it's to encourage those individuals to be able to enjoy their freedom and be true servants of Hashem and not forever slaves to others. So putting aside the whole discussion around slaves and the Torah's approach to that, I want to take a kernel from this discussion in relation to peer pressure. So the Sefer Chinuch says, what if somebody doesn't want to fulfill this mitzvah? How does the Torah encourage them to do it? Like, what's the process? So we blow the shofar in the Beis Din, in the court, and that says this is time to free all those who need to be freed. Now, if the landowners don't listen, then the Torah puts something in place that would encourage them through peer pressure to let them go free. What is it? There's a second blowing of the shofar, and it's blowed like we blow it on Rosh Hashanah, and it's a blowing of the shofar of the landowner themselves, the person who owns the slave. They have to blow the shofar themselves to free the slaves. And not just them. Every single one who's obligated to free their Hebrew slaves, they have to blow the shofar too. And the reason is when everybody hears the shofar being blown all over town, that'll encourage them and push them to fulfill the mitzvah of freeing their slaves. So this is, if it doesn't happen through the law, it happens through peer pressure as well. Peer pressure, ideally, it's not the greatest path to encourage somebody to go on to do the right thing. Ideally, we hope they do it on their own. But it's not always like that. And there's a lot of cases like this. I was sharing this with my wife, and she's the assistant director of the preschool. She brought an example. She says, I'm really happy that our schools Jewish schools have banded together to really pressure people to get vaccines for measles and mumps, because she says that otherwise people could be endangered. There's positive peer pressure like that. In the Jewish communities, there's all kinds of ways that people can pressure individuals who are doing the wrong thing, like somebody who's not giving their wife a get, like a recalcitrant husband, a get refuser who's doing the wrong thing. Communities can put all things in place to pressure them to align with the right path. And so, ideally, we want people to do it on their own. If they're not, peer pressure can be an effective model as well.